committed to you. Fox Carolina, the 6 o'clock news starts now.
Good evening, everyone, and happy Mother's Day to all the incredible moms out there. I'm Shale Remien. Thanks for being with us here at 6 o'clock. And so far today, we were pretty lucky. We had no showers move into our area, all for mom out there, but it was a little bit on the cooler side, Bob.
Yeah, a lot cool out there, Shale. And I think any moms would certainly take the chilly weather over wet weather any day. So we had the chill today, lots of clouds, a little bit of sunshine, kind of breezy, but could have been worse. So I hope all the moms out there are having a great Mother's Day. And these are the high temperatures for today. I was hoping for 70 degrees. Haven't seen it yet. Downtown Greenville, 68. A little cooler out at GSP. Clemson at 65. Anderson, 68 for your high today. As we get a lot of clouds, a little bit of sunshine mixing in. 69 in Franklin, but look at Asheville, only 59 degrees on this Sunday. Temperatures way below average. Looking outside right now, here are these pesky low clouds, these stratocumulus clouds, and going into the evening and overnight, they're really tough to forecast. Will they totally break up, clears out, we get really chilly, or do they stay partly cloudy? I think that's kind of the question as we go through time. Right now, I'm thinking partly cloudy tonight, and no worries of frost or freeze. It's going to get chilly, though. 68 in Greenville, Lawrence, 64, Toccoa, 67, but already 50s from Brevard through Hendersonville and Asheville as well. And by the way, we've been talking about this. The National Weather Service is going to 2 spots tomorrow to do surveys. One is in Pickens County, just north of Pickens. Another one is in Swain County, just north of Bryson City. They're going to investigate that damage to see if we had tornadoes. So we'll have to see what happens with that. Nothing like that right now. It's cold, chilly, and we're looking at some low clouds. They're beginning to break up a little bit. The culprit is low pressure that is actually offshore. So we're seeing a lot of wind, beach erosion, rough seas along the East Coast, and we have some of the low clouds spilling all the way back into the upstate from this surface low. And we'll be watching this drifting to the south and west, and that's going to be impacting our weather later in the week. But as we go through this evening, you can see how the clouds are still hanging pretty tough. I'm thinking partly cloudy skies, and then as we go into Monday morning, we do start to clear it off, but it's going to be a very, very chilly start, but a beautiful Monday afternoon, a big warm-up. We're looking at a chilly night tomorrow night. Then as we go into Tuesday, we're watching clouds off to our east. Here's our wake-up weather. Tomorrow morning, it's going to be chilly. Temperatures in the 40s. Don't worry about the plants. It's not going to get that cold for a frost, but certainly quite chilly to start your Monday. Now, as we go through time, there's high pressure to the north, and then there's that area of low pressure offshore. We'll be watching it dropping to the south and west as we go through time. And look what happens as we go into Thursday. We start to increase the clouds as that low gets closer to the coast. A better chance of rain on Friday, and it looks like that could last into Saturday. There's no tropical elements to this system, but certainly it looks like it will get wet by the end of the week into the weekend. 48 tonight, partly cloudy and chilly. For the mountains, chillier for you, 43. But look at the next 3 days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all mostly sunny. Mid-70s tomorrow for the upstate. Lower 80s Tuesday and Wednesday, and we're in the 70s for the mountains with mostly sunny skies. Coming up at 10, much more on your work week forecast and that all-important 7-day as well. Shale?
It's looking good out there. Thanks, Bob. All new at 6 o'clock, firefighters rescue a teenager right out of a well. 40 feet. That's how far that teen fell into the well in Gaffney. As you can see, it prompted quite the response. First responders pushed to Packlet Highway in a hurry. Thankfully, that boy was able to tread water and hold on to some pipes until those firefighters could get a hold of him. But Gaffney police say this kind of emergency is obviously rare, but it's the reason that they train pretty regularly. And police say this man is behind a woman's murder. Sevier County officials say they found a woman shot to death inside of a cabin on Caney Road out in Tennessee. Police say they took this 21-year-old into custody for that heinous crime. Julianne Papica is who they arrested. Officials haven't released that woman's name quite yet, but of course we'll keep you posted. More than 55 acres goes up in flames in Union County. The Forestry Commission was called out to look into this fire Saturday night. The Cross Keys Fire Department responded immediately, and thankfully, they were able to get all of that under control.
We suspect it was a lightning strike from a storm yesterday. Well, our plan is to put a fire break around it and treat it as a control burn, but we're going to make sure there's no residents, and we protect our pristine national forest so that we have a recreational area for all the residents of the upstate and our state.
Again, 55 acres that was burning. That fire broke out on Jones Ford Road and Old Buncombe Road. Well, Catholic churches across the country are preparing for possible pro-abortion protests at their Mother's Day services. Concerns are growing over possible threats in response to that leaked Supreme Court draft opinion to overturn Roe v. Wade. Alexis McAdams is in New York City with more.
Right now, churches across the country preparing for protests. Here in New York City, sources telling the New York Post that NYPD is now adding officers outside of major Catholic churches near Manhattan. This all coming as activists across the country are calling on Americans to protest for the potential end to abortion rights. You can see here these protests happening today in Chicago, Austin, Houston, and also in D.C. This comes after someone leaked a draft U.S. Supreme Court opinion that would strike down the Roe v. Wade decision. That landmark 1973 decision established a constitutional right to abortion in the U.S. Also, the Supreme Court says that the draft opinion was authentic, but it wasn't final, which is important to note. Now the court's marshal is trying to figure out who leaked this draft in the first place. Representatives of Planned Parenthood were discussing this today in New York. Listen.
This has never been about just abortion, right? This has always been about power and control, and I am not here for it. If Roe is overturned, 26 states are going to move quickly to ban abortion. That's 36 million women living in states who no longer have access.
Out in Colorado, police say they had at least one church that was vandalized. This Catholic church on your screen is in Boulder, tagged with messages like "Bands off our body" and "My body, my choice."
There's a lot to keep up with that development, so of course we'll be keeping an eye on that, as well as any local news we have here. The best way to stay in touch with us is our free Fox Carolina News app. Just scan that QR code. It will take you right to the spot that you need to download the app, and we'll be live here with the latest news coming up on the 10 o'clock news.